play.
No question. I for all these grades, by the way, you can check out. I also put together the best area for the player and also the area that needs improvement.
Mm-hmm.
What's the area do you think that Ja needs improvement?
Ooh. On ball defense?
I didn't see. No, I think he's okay there. I mean,
Okay.
that would obviously you could improve that.
Yeah.
That is an area of improvement. I said he needs to be a little more aggressive with his 3-point shot. Even though he's not a great shooter, he still needs to leverage it. You gotta, if you shoot 40% from three, now Josh shoots 36% from three, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you shoot 40% from three or 45% or whatever, but you only take 1 or 2 shots a game, you don't really have the impact defensively or impact on the defense that you could if you can bump it up. That's why Jaren Jackson. It's so important that he takes as many as he does, because even if you're going to miss a few, you can go through some slumps as he's gone through. That still, defenses have to be aware of that, and they know you are going to pull it. Like Ja right now, he has an open three. It's maybe a coin flip whether he's actually going to take it, because a lot of times he just doesn't feel like he wants to take it, and he drives it in. If you're really going to leverage your speed and spacing, you got to be a threat. You got to force that closeout. And then once they close out, well, then you can go crazy because you got them going in the wrong direction. But right now, they don't really close out. They just sort of, they're there. If you want to take it, cool. If you don't, he's going to have to prove that he can make it on a more consistent basis. That's an area. The other area would be he's got to diversify his finishing a little bit at the rim. He's not the most, he's kind of got a few pet moves that he can make work. But that little up and under scoop shot is getting blocked a lot more. That little lefty move, the big's kind of hanging back closer to the rim and not being pulled out as far, and so they're able to get back and swat that. We've seen that a few times. He's going to have to find something a little bit different. No doubt he will, but he's going to have to do it.
Okay.
Couple little notes. You said Brandon Clark. He was the other A+. I mean, again, based on a guy that's picked 21st, he's is going to put up numbers that are just insane right now. And 60, 40, 80, potentially 60% from the field, 40% from three, 80% from the foul line. He can do that. The only thing I would say from him, my area of improvement, is just needs to get a little more aggressive on his offense. He kind of tends to be a take it as it goes sort of guy. Right. And he's going to probably need in those second units to look for his a little bit more. Nothing crazy, just a little bit more. Melton also got another A+, and again, it's interesting with Melton though, because nothing he does statistically stands out really. Mm-hmm. Like he's 42% shooter, like 26 from three. That's not great. He's pretty good, decent points, decent rebounds, but it's all, he is so much more than the sum of those parts. Like when he's out there, he does so many things. Every time he's with a lineup, he makes the lineup better. Like that's a high compliment for a kid who's in his second year who's still 21.
Yeah, I mean, he's the bacon of this team. Like, you add bacon on anything, and it makes it better. Like, do you want to just eat bacon?
Now, that's a high compliment.
Do you want to just eat bacon? Sometimes you may want to, but you definitely want it on a burger. If you throw it on a hot dog, it makes it better. Throw it on pizza, it makes it better. Like, he is that type of player, and you don't get as accurate a depiction of him just looking at the regular numbers. I don't know what the advanced numbers say, but looking at the regular totals, you don't get a feel for the impact
his
advanced
numbers are great.
No, like I would imagine so.
In terms of his net rating points, per 100 possessions that he adds, he's comfortably the team leader in that category.
Games at times they get off to sluggish starts. It happens to everybody. He comes in the game sluggish.
Interesting. No, it's okay.
Did I say the right one? Zach, please tell me I said the right one.
No, you're fine. You're not John Beilein.
All right.
No one got off to a thuggish start.
Rich, how would you turn around a thug start? I don't know.
Ooh, how would you turn around a thug start? What a great question.
We got, where do thugs go? And they go to the thug's mansion. How do you turn?
Saw that story.
Now we're on. Yeah, you saw them playing. They're playing thug songs. Okay.
Notorious Thug, Thug Life, Thuggish Ruggish Bone,
Thug Mansion.
Thug Mansion, etc.
Yeah. When Beilein is close.
Yeah.
Thug from Around the Way is my jam. Favorite Thug song of all time. But anyway.
Thug Love.
The Tupac version,
Tupac
not the
version, yeah, the Tupac
not the
version.
Gangsta-licious version.
No.
Okay.
Tupac.
Gangsta. I'll play you Thug and Love by Gangsta-licious. You'll enjoy that. And I also play you Do the Homie. But so
That's
when
what
he
it
comes
is.
into
That's
the
my
game, though, he's an instant shot of electricity, instant fireball type of player where you know plays are about to be made. He's going to get 50-50 balls. He's going to get deflections. He'll be in the right spot. He'll make the right play. There's something to be said for that type of player on your second unit.
No question about it. Now, where would you put Dylan Brooks?
DB, if I was grading him?
Great. What grade would you give Dylan?
B? Solid B?
I give him a B+.
Okay.
That's.
I mean, 85,
yeah,
85,
yeah.
86,
I mean, we're in
87
the
is
same.
a B+.
We're in the
so
same.
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to know because he's got that. It's the best. His best area is also his worst area. It's the confidence level. It just cuts both ways. It's so. It could be great when it works, and it could be horrifying when it doesn't. He can take some jacked up shots. But all in all, again, considering we forget, I went back to when I was doing this exercise, I went back and looked at some stuff at the beginning of the season, and there was legit concern in the preseason about whether he would even start. Grayson Allen had a strong push, and Guterich had just been signed, and Dylan Brooks, we're still kind of wondering what he's going to look like after his injury and all that sort of thing. So at the end of the day, for him to be here, having gotten the extension, having solidified himself very much as a starting two guard for the team, all that stuff, that represents a big jump in and of itself. And he's had some big games, obviously, and the correlation when he scores 20 points and all this. I mean, he's become an important part of this team.
Yeah, and as bad as those two shots are that he takes every game, his head is not hanging. He is still getting after it on the defensive end. He is still doing the things necessary to help this team win. It's just those two shots every game. Every game is, why are you shooting that one, Dylan? But you're right. At the start of the season, I resigned myself to the fact that they weren't getting anything at all from that position. At all from the two guard spot, and Dylan Brooks
they so rarely have over the last decade plus.
Thought that this was going to be similar to that, and Dylan Brooks has gone out there and undefeated when he scores 20 but stays under 30. Like that is impressive, and it is important to show and illustrate what he means to this team. He's had a really good year so far.
Jonas.
A.
I gave him B+.
Oh, again.
Only because of I didn't give a lot of there's no bad grades. Only the only caveat for Jonas is the inconsistency in his inability to be able to use in certain matchups.
Yeah,
that is like the game against the Pelicans when Nicolo Melli, they played him at the 5 because the Pelicans were missing 3 of their bigs and just roasted the Grizzlies because he had no chance to get out there and cover. And when teams go small, it plays him off the court sometimes. But that said, within the context of his role, what he does, I mean, he's putting up SIBO lines 30 and 15, 32 and 16, 26 and 17. And for a team that needs defensive rebounding, because there's a lot of subpar rebounders out there, he really saves the bacon, so to speak.
I feel like we knew that there were going to be matchups where you just couldn't play Jonas to start the year, and you hit the nail on the head with that rebounding bit, because Jaren is still trying to find his way out there on the defensive glass, especially, and so it helps to have somebody like Jonas who can go and get those boards. And while he can't play in certain lineups, when teams do go traditional, conventional bigs, he is gobbling these dudes. When Detroit wants to go with their traditional big lineup, like he can handle that.
We played Drummond not too long ago.
When he's getting into Drummond, he's like, yes, this is what Jonas is made for. This is what he's built for. So when you do go big, you can't just bully the Grizzlies off the court because Jonas is back there. Jokic is another one.
Jokic pretty good. And now the interesting thing that I want to see about Jonas is how the acquisition of Gorgie Jing affects his minutes, because Jing is a really good defensive player, and you saw in the one game that he's played, he has the size and pretty good rebounding ability. He also can stretch the floor in a little more of an effective way, both on offense and on defense, compared to Jonas. So I think he may shave some minutes away from Jonas here and there. I think in the more traditional physical big-time matchups, Jonas is still going to start and all that, but I do think there's probably going to be a little bit of a whittling away of some of those minutes, because what Gorgie Jing has shown, he's that 3-point shot, it's more natural with him. Jonas can shoot the three, but he doesn't love to do it.
Right.
I think Jing is okay with it. Jing's fine taking that three. They both have that little slow build-up release, but they're both big enough to it's that I'm kind of curious how that's gonna play out. I think that may cut into it a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I gave Jaren just a B.
Okay.
Solid B. The inconsistent stuff. That's the issue.
Has he not been more consistent here as of late, especially on the defensive end?
On the defensive end,
I know
yes,
he's going through a
but
bit
back
of a
to
drought
the offensive end. Again, he's not putting it both together.
Okay.
Early in the season, he was struggling to figure out exactly what his role was going to be with Ja. We talked about how difficult it was for them to find that balance of playing together. They've found that. They found it when he really embraced the idea of being an outside shooter, being a gunner, being a power guard, going out there and doing the things that guards do, to hunt shots, running off curls, being an off the ball threat. That helped tremendously. His pick and pop ability, his ability to do that's really helped their screen and roll game. But it took him a while to also incorporate the defensive stuff with it. He did. Now he's gone through a nice little stretch where he's really playing good defense, but now the fouls have started to creep in a little bit again. Mm-hmm. He has got to, he gets tough whistle. I think Jaren is unfairly whistled. I think his reputation precedes him, and he does get a lot of ticky-tack stuff that goes against him. Mm-hmm. But that said, his fouls are like Dylan Brooks' shots. There's always one or two that are that are dumb and too much. And if you could just lop that out of his game, he'd be good to go. It's that when he's jockeying for position in the low post and he uses his hands too much and he gets that offensive foul. Or when he's rebounding and he reaches to swat for the ball. There's no reason. Doesn't really have to do that. Get that little cheap foul. If all of his fouls came at the rim contesting, hey, that's life. That's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. But they don't. And there's always one or two that don't. And that always edges him a little closer to foul trouble, which means he plays a little more tentatively and he's not as effective. He's 20, youngest player on the team still, which is hard to believe. But at this point, it's got to be a priority for him to figure out how to be more effective in avoiding those situations.
I would have given him a A-, because yes, you're right. The fouls is an issue. The consistency is an issue. But when it is on, my gosh, is it something special to watch? We don't make 6'11" people who are capable of running actions like they're guards. Mm-hmm. It's not only is he really good pick and pop, like that's to be expected. We've seen bigs go out there and be able to do that. But coming off of a curl screen to catch and change direction off the dribble, to go left and then spin back right and finish at the rim, to finish with your left hand, finish with your right hand. He's gotten much better passing off of the dribble to other bigs as well. And you factor in you add all of that on top of the fact that defensively he is really, really good. And if he can stop with the fouls and stay out of foul trouble, elite type defensive player, I think that would warrant for me giving him a bit of a higher grade. But again, like, no bad grades.
No bad grades.
Not like you gave him a D.
No, that's exactly right. He's shooting 39.7% from three while attempting 6.3 threes per game and blocking 1.7 shots per game. No one in the NBA has ever put up a season with numbers in that combination. Kevin Durant is the closest one. 2 years ago, he didn't take quite as many threes as Jaren, which is so amazing to think about. Jaren taking more threes per game than Durant did, but that's where he's at. And even within that slump, he was shooting over 40%. He's slumped a little bit, so it's just dropped under. But he's going to be right around that 40% mark. That's a dangerous mark. That's kind of the gold standard for a shooter. Mm-hmm. For him to do that, again, it tells you. I will continue to say, man, his ceiling is as high as Ja's, in a different way, and his effect is pronounced. It is strong. And it's not as obvious necessarily as Jaws, but when those closing lineups with him and Brandon Clark and Melton, and there's so much length and switchable play and all that, they have just swallowed up teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's big. That's big. Kyle Anderson gave him a B. Again, considering that we weren't even sure if he's going to play, anything is pretty good. And Tyus Jones gets a B only because he got off such a bad start.
Yeah.
If you lop off the first month and a half, he gets an A+++. Like he's doing everything that you would possibly want the guy to do. He just had that terrible start to the season where you just didn't know exactly. And then finally with Taylor Jenkins, the only last grade I gave A.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
can't give him a plus because I don't know what he's doing with these coaches' challenges, and I still think it took him a little while to kind of get some of the rotations down, but he seems to have found a rhythm now. And the way he's got this team playing with confidence and a young team that's been empowered to do the things that they do, that's quality coaching. The best coaches are the ones who can give the players the opportunity to do their thing, and he's given them that. So I give him a lot of credit for that.
Yeah. I like all of those grades. I probably give Kyle Anderson a C because that Euro step really annoys me. Oh my gosh. I know people,
the Euro lunge.
People hate the James Harden sweep through to draw the foul, man. It is like nails on chalkboard when I watch my man
super slow Euro lunge.
The most deliberate Euro and he makes it, and it makes me so mad every time.
It's like a little leaning, hanging, like 9-foot jump.
It is.
And it's just...
It is. All right, fast break. Up, throw it to Kyle. Let's see if he keeps it.
What? Up, and then somehow up, and then...
Wait, how's that not a travel? My gosh. Man is stopping. Oh. But outside of that, I think Kyle Anderson's doing a really good job this year also.
I do think it's going to be interesting to see how his minutes diminish when Justice Winslow is ready to roll. I think that he's going to be the one that's going to pay the price for him. Also, I think he's going to pay the price if Josh Jackson continues to play. Josh Jackson's advanced numbers are really, really good. His regular numbers are not, but his advanced numbers are really good. He may siphon a few minutes away from Kyle as well with his mix of athletic ability and length and all that.
Kyle Anderson is the change-up pitch of basketball players.
He is. He's the knuckleball.
Yeah, that is pretty much what he is.
The knuckleball pitcher. Throws you off. When we come back, we'll wrap this edition of the Sports 56 Mornings program with Peter and CJ right here, Real Sports Talk Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Hey everybody, love is in the air and no one loves their customers more than our friends at All Star Chevrolet. Because if you would love to be in a new Chevy right now, Olive Branch is where you want to be. They have all the deals you'll love, like new 2020 Silverados with 0 for 72, plus thousands in customer cash. 0 for 72 with a new 2020 Equinox as well, plus thousands in cash when you finance with GM. And not to brag, Chevy just keeps getting more awards, and the awards mean something, people. Like the new Corvette Stingray 2020 North American Car of the Year. So head to Olive Branch and drive a new All-Star Chevrolet today. Drive them all. Remember, not the Pike, not Mount Moriah, not Southaven or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch. And everybody at All-Star Chevy has one job: to make sure you get a better deal that's more fun and in record time. So if you'd love to have a new Chevy right now, maybe a new Silverado, find new roads to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Bria's fashion boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
Your Memphis Tigers football program completed the greatest season in program history with 12 wins, a conference championship, and a berth in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Season tickets for the 2020 season are on sale now and start at just $100 when you buy 4 in the family fun zone or $150 for end zone seating. Get your season tickets by May 15th and receive a free gift, concessions deals, exclusive access to regular season and postseason tickets, and more. Get your season tickets today at GoTigersGo.com or call 901-678-2331. Memphis Tigers football.
Did you learn your ABCs when you were a kid? Well, as a grown-up, it's time to learn your CBDs, as in CBD edibles, oil tincture, pain cream, and beauty products, all found at Your CBD Store. With 3 locations, Poplar Avenue, North Germantown Parkway, and Goodman Road East. You'll find all natural, organic, and non-GMO products. Need to learn more? Your CBD Store has a knowledgeable and friendly staff that can answer questions, help with choices, and put you at ease about your CBDs. Your CBD Store with 3 locations, Poplar Avenue, Cordova, and South Haven. Your CBD Store, making it as easy for you as ABC CBD.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Hey, move it on up, hey, walk it to your left. Now bring it on back, hey, bring it on back. Now kick with it, hop out in, now kick with it. Step to your right, now slide with it. Turn to your left with it, walk it to your right. Now move it on up, hey, move it on up, hey, walk it to your left.
What?
Come on, bring it on back, hey, bring it on back.
Hey,
I forgot about this one.
With it, hop out in, now kick with it. Step to your right, now slide with it.
I can't do it. It's too fast, too complicated.
I'm again, one of the reasons why I freelance out there is because I'm terrible at like organized dance.
Following instructions?
Terrible. Not a good organizer, and not a good instruction follower at all.
That everybody does bunny hop a little bit differently, but the bunny hop, when it speeds up, like that's when I get it. That's when the freestyling comes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have that little extra room for your own little freelance situation. What's coming up next on the Middays program, Mr. Zach?
Coming up on Middays, Steve Forbes, head coach of East Tennessee State University,
doing a good job.
Oh, they're gonna get at large.
Yeah,
they're doing a very good job. He's an excellent coach.
Mm-hmm.
He will join the program. Also, Bill Ripken.
Billy Ripken, former baseball player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cal Ripken's brother. He has a new book coming out, and so he'll be on the program as well.
Bill Ripken, do you know his claim to fame other than being Cal Ripken's brother?
What's that?
His baseball card. Hopefully they'll ask him about it. Do you know what's significant about his baseball card?
Ripken is spelled wrong. I don't know what it is.
Shiny?
No, it is not spelled wrong at all. It is spelled correctly. However, he has a bat. He's holding the bat, and on the underside of the bat, the helm, the hat, he has written an expletive.
Oh,
F face. It says on the knob of the bat.
Okay,
and that got through and it's out there in the world. So whenever I hear Bill Ripken, that's the phrase I want to say.
Nice.
I'm not going to say it because that's not good for.
And Mark
us.
King will join as well, talking Grizzlies.
Very good. Jam-packed program. Tigers victorious. They did it. They'll talk about it. It was an epic win over East Carolina. Mm-hmm. Pirates only shooting 60% in the second half. That was somewhat problematic. Not a great one. The kid Baruti just couldn't miss. It was unbelievable to watch. But they got it done. They did what they had to do. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk to our buddy Adam Kramer. We're going to talk to Kari Thompson. We're going to have a big Friday show. Everybody have a great sleety, snowy, sneedy Thursday. Be safe out there.
Tiger Hoops fans have something extra to look forward to this coming March. Not only is it tournament time, but it's the opening of the Tiger Hoops